Yebo, Gogo.
Nog enetjie.
Eish.
Met Eish, ja.
Now, if you don't remember these ads, you've probably been living under a rock. Francois de Villiers, the ad man behind these iconic campaigns, has been working in the advertising industry for more than 3 decades. For the past 2 years, he's been living the dream at his new agency, Haas Collective, in Cape Town, where he seems to have found that happy medium between doing what you love and a quality lifestyle.
You know, when I was a youngster, maybe like 25, 26 years old, I remember in Joburg thinking, shit, I promise you I was thinking, shit, won't it be nice if one can one day have a little ad agency above a coffee shop? And we've got it. We've been having it. We're living the dream because we can do it. And the food and the smells that come through, you know, the rhubarb that comes up from downstairs when it's raining and it's packed with people and there's some cool jazz playing in the background. Man, it just makes for a good space to work in.
It was definitely, you know, putting up a little bit of a finger to the big agencies. We wanted to be different. We wanted to be much more informal, not in the sense that we're informal with the work that we have to produce, but we want a relaxed, interactive relationship with our clients.
Agencies often complain about the fact that the people that they really want to get to sit at the end of a passage and they don't get to it, and their creative work gets watered down as it gets passed up the ladder and down the ladder again, and you know, that doesn't make for good work. But often agencies are guilty of exactly the same thing.
The thing that we pride ourselves on is that we've got big agency experience with you know, small agency mentality. You know, so we have to get work out faster. We have to be very cost conscious when it comes to projects, and I think the clients benefit from that. You know, they're not paying for every single person that's in the agency. They're paying for basically for the work that they're getting.
Here's some more coffee arriving. So yeah, it's a good these interruptions.
This shot was planned.
Yeah.
This is Romeo.
Best coffee in Cape Town, and it's other people that say so, not ourselves.
So,
but okay, so about collaboration, so that is the lovely part, right, of what we do here is not only do we collaborate in Haas Design with 60 or 70 different artists that keeps this whole place alive. There are people around you all the time, you know, guys bringing their stuff in. We're looking at work, you know, we've got great creative work all around us.
I think, you know, part of the agency's responsibility is to excite the client on his product or on his brand by doing great creative work. Because we are small here at Haas, Franz and myself are extremely hands-on. We're involved in all the creative process, from brainstorming. Before you guys got here this morning, we were actually sitting brainstorming, and that's wonderful. You know, you also don't want to end up being a creative director that don't do any creative work, and you have to look after human resources and, you know, staff issues.
Well, what's wrong in picking up your own telephone and saying, you know, this is, you know, Haas advertising? There's nothing wrong in it. You know, sometimes we do say, okay, I'll put you through to the creative department and I'll give Glynn the phone. That's quite nice. And we go like, you know, we don't do the singing in between, you know, the cheesy music in between, but we joke about it. But funny enough, the best collaborations are the collaborations with our clients. When they come here, I mean, you just see it every time. We see it, our creative guys on the client side love to come here. They sit in this lounge, you know, our little lounge here. It feels like home. It's beautiful, it's stylish. Guys can come and relax here and feel that they are part of the creative process. So it's not a guy with a bad big pen that sits and, you know, tick boxes at his desk. He comes here and he can really be part of it. But if he's got like a really bad idea, you don't have to like send it through 10 guys that he's going to be embarrassed when we tell him it's a bad idea. We tell him here. Right, and we speak about it, and if I come up with a bad idea, he tells me that in the same way.
Yeah. I think it definitely goes back to, you know, mutual respect. I think there's a little bit of respect lost between big agencies and clients, because big corporates do treat the big agencies sometimes, not all the time, but they do treat them sometimes as a supplier and not a partner. We definitely on the partner route. So like Francois said, you know, if we have a really, you know, bad idea, we would like to negotiate that idea with the client, you know, get feedback, get his intake, and the same vice versa. You know, if the client's got a bad idea, we would like to be able to negotiate or talk about that. People think when you're a small agency that you've just got small clients. I think we're very fortunate that we're not in that position. We've actually got a really great group of clients, and every day Franz and myself say yes, like we're so fortunate to have the clients we have and to be able to work with them on their brands.
Can you do this?
It's a tricky location, but okay.
The Spur Group sits with us, so that's a very traditional account, above line TV, radio, print, outdoor. We're also growing with some of our other clients. So, for instance, Varsity Cup and Varsity Sport, which is two amazing brands and which is just snowballing and growing faster than the speed of light. So that's also amazing to see. You know, when you actually do creative, you add value to the client's product and you know what they do, and if you can see the progress and you can see the results, you know it's absolutely amazing. Been fortunate to do 1 or 2 campaigns on the Springboks. We actually won a pen drawing for one of the projects we did on the Springboks. The last 2 years we were involved in the Curry Cup, the Absa Curry Cup. So there's quite a lot of sport within the agency. You know, there's a few sport fanatics.
I look so trimmed down to shape, actually. Keeping on my toes.
And then there's the smaller projects that come in, but also, you know, people would phone us up and say, you know, we've heard about you guys, we're interested in doing something. So an example on that is a company called Atterbury Investments. You know, they phoned Francois up, and last year we produced a TV ad for them, outdoor. There was some direct mail that was, you know, part of the actual campaign platform. You know, we always say that we look after the DNA of a brand and we make sure, and that's how we work. Everything that comes into Haas goes through me and Francois. Nothing goes out with us seeing it, and that's how we keep our fingers on it.
Coming up on the programme, brand news highlights and the tricky art of tracking consumer behaviour on digital platforms.
News that moves. ENCA.com.